Hi everyone, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I thought I would like to teach you for SPM students on how you could write a eye-catching SPM A+ introduction. So if you're facing SPM this year, or maybe you're a Form 4 student, I sincerely hope this video will be able to help you. So before we start the essay, if you have any questions, you could reach me through my social medias on Instagram, AllisonFang1213, or if you want a quicker response, feel free to leave me a message on WhatsApp, and be sure to subscribe for more videos. So today's video is mainly focused on how you could achieve a SPM A+ factual introduction, because actually the marks is around 50 marks, and 50 marks essay usually relies on the way you express and write an essay. So today's topic is one of this year's most hottest topic, which is COVID-19. So I've actually linked down a free material underneath the description box. You can go there and click into the material for this video. I hope you find it helpful in the long run. I'm doing a setting, I'm so sorry. Okay, so basically we can start the video now. So as you could see, this SPM 2020 question, it was from a school nearby my area in Malaysia. Imagine a world where nobody gets sick. Wow. How do we achieve that with the pandemic of COVID-19? So in SPM, usually they'll drop a sentence, a question like this for you for only 50 marks. So how can you write a eye-catching introduction? As we all know, whenever you go with someone or you have a new friend, a new partner, a new teacher, whenever you're meeting someone new, the first impression always lasts the longest. Am I right? So first impression when it comes to people is pivotal. So when it comes to writing essays, your first sentence, your first introduction is extremely important. And today I'm going to teach you how to write an eye-catching introduction. So the teacher who's marking your essay will instantly give you confidence and immediately give you a better mark that you deserve. Okay, so when it comes to SPM factual writing, I have a few checklists for you, because I feel like having a checklist, you have a clearer mindset on how you could write factual writing. So when it comes to factual writing, when it comes to essay writing in general, you ask people, what is the most key things to get A, to write a good essay? Most of the time, the first thing that pops into our head is actually vocabularies. You need a lot of advanced words, you need a lot of deep words to catch the attention of your teacher. And honestly, that mindset is really the wrong mindset. No matter how good your essay is, it does not just rely on the vocabularies. There's a lot of specific skills when it comes to essay writing, and I'm going to teach you through this video. When it comes to factual writing, the first one, yes, I'm not going to lie, vocabularies will definitely boost up your essay marks. But imagine this, you have 5 good vocabularies in the essay, however, your grammar is very utterly wrong. Do you think the teacher will give you a higher mark? It will never, he or she will never give you a higher mark. So first of all, of course, your vocabularies has to be much more factual, much more facts, kind related of words like consequences, benefits, and etc. So vocabularies is definitely the key. Secondly, a good factual essay, if you can and you have the ability, or maybe if you're one of my students, inserting a quote or proverb into your essay would drastically improve the marks of your essay. So vocabularies that are factual, quotes or maybe proverbs. Punctuation plays an important role in essay writing. You have to learn to play with certain punctuations, question mark, semicolon, and hyphens. The fourth thing is definitely connectors. An essay wouldn't be smooth without connectors. Don't ever start your sentence with nouns only. Try to add more connectors like furthermore, besides that, on the other hand, and even more. And the final most important thing, you are writing a factual essay. It's all related about facts, F-A-C-T, facts. You need a lot of convincing nouns. When it comes to SPM, when it comes to factual writing, because your job is to write a good essay to convince the teacher, the person who is marking your essay, how do we prevent COVID-19? What can we do to become healthier? You're basically voicing out your opinions, and how do you make sure your opinion is valuable? You need convincing nouns. For example, why should you drink 8 cups of water? Because science says so. Science is a convincing noun. something like that. But today, we're mainly going to focus on how to write an eye-catching introduction. So I sincerely hope this video will help you. So because everyone in my area in Malaysia, many people have this mindset that, okay, how do I write the perfect paragraph for my factual essay? Most of the time, they will copy the words from what they have learned from Bahasa Melayu pada era yang globalisasi. And others, I can't really remember. I'm not really that great in BM. So most of the time, the first sentence is always in this day and age, in this 21st century. In this era of globalization. Can you imagine if your teacher has to mark the entire class? Maybe the class has 40 students. Everyone is writing the same thing in this day and age, today, yesterday. You know, it kind of just kills off the impression of your essay. So which is why you need to write something a little bit out of the box. Of course, you don't need bombastic words. So today, our topic is about COVID-19. Let's discuss what is COVID-19 first. So the first thing, case study. Case study meaning a case. So guys, COVID-19, when did it happen? It happened during last year, 2019, when we are almost celebrating Christmas. It happened in a country which is now known as China. So these are the case study, like where did this problem come from? So the first thing you can write, which is the origin of coronavirus seems well fixed. When you ask the person behind you, beside you, where did COVID-19 come from, they would most likely say China, or they would say, oh, it came from a bat. Everyone's answer is almost the same thing. But in reality, it happened in the Huanan seafood market in Wuhan, and it infected someone from an animal, which is a bat. So this is a case study. You have to know your facts because it is called a factual essay after all. So this is like a drafting. And then secondly, where can this COVID-19 be found? It was mainly found in an area called Wuhan, China. So when you're writing a factual essay, your teacher is reading, okay, you have your facts, right? The facts will additionally add the marks into your essay. And always include, if possible, always include a question of the title, because most of the time students, when you get super excited when it comes to writing factual essays, you'll write something out of the topic. You know, you're writing, you're very happy, you're very excited, you're very confident. In the end, your question does not relate to the examination question itself. So always remember to copy the question at the end of your first introduction essay. So how do we achieve a world where nobody gets sick with the pandemic of COVID-19 is basically the title of our essay today. So this is a drafting part. Case study, where can this thing be found? Question. So it doesn't have to be COVID-19, it can be technology. So for example, what is the case study of technology? Take a look around you. Everyone is holding their phone. This is a very good opening. Where can phones be found? It is found everywhere. It is ubiquitous. It is everywhere, literally. No matter where you look, someone is always holding a technological device. And the question is, depends on what the essay is asking. But if you use this mindset, this kind of, I would say, formula to write an essay, it would really save you up a lot of time and it makes you different than the other students. So how do we start our essay? So if you remember my checklist, the first thing you have to cultivate this skill of memorizing some quotes or proverbs. So there is a very there is a historical figure who has passed away many years ago called Benjamin Franklin. If you ever learn English, I'm 100% sure you have stumbled upon a quote called "Prevention is better than cure." But Benjamin Franklin has actually said a very powerful quote before. If you're my student, you should have known this, which is, let's write it together. You can take out an essay book and learn from me. So an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. It's a very strong proverb, and it is said by Benjamin Franklin. You can write, the style of your essay can look like this when it comes to SPM by Benjamin Franklin. He is the historical figure. If you want to know more about Benjamin Franklin, feel free to Google him. That's not my job right now. So an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. This is a super duper eye-catching introduction, because can you imagine what is the person next to you writing? Do you really think that he or she would use a quote by Benjamin Franklin? You are so specific. You have written the quote and you have written the person who has said it. So an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. I'm just going to explain a little bit. So this quote was voiced out by Benjamin Franklin. So we have to put the punctuation here and here. And this one is called a hyphen. Try to include at least one hyphen in all of your SPM factual writing. The role of a hyphen is to emphasize the next sentence. So this quote was said by Benjamin Franklin. So I'm trying to emphasize Benjamin Franklin. And continuing the case study. So basically in the public eye, which is everyone, in the public eye, the origin of coronavirus seems well fixed. It was what we have written just now in the draft. It's well fixed. In the late 2019, someone at the now famous, where's the famous place? Someone at the now famous, oops, there was a typo, at the now world famous. It was at a seafood market called Huanan Seafood Market in Wuhan, was infected with a virus from an animal. Sometimes if your facts, you're not sure with it, it's okay. You don't have to write the bat, you can just write an animal. So this is our our case study. In the public eye, in everyone's mindset, the origin of coronavirus seems fixed. In the late 2019, which was actually December, someone at the now world famous Huanan seafood market in Wuhan was infected with a virus from an animal. This is our case study. Okay, where was this COVID-19 found? Where can it be heard? Where can it be found? It is a new disease. The new force, I would say. The new force was unknown before December 2019. If you have been following the news, it kind of circulated nearly almost December. All right, so the new force was unknown before December 2019 when an outbreak. If you know your facts right, COVID-19 is basically a disease that is related to pneumonia. Pneumonia is a lung kind of disease where it's hard for you to breathe. So when an outbreak of pneumonia was unidentified, emerged in Wuhan, China. So it was found in Wuhan, China. I'm typing, give me a few seconds. The new force was unknown before December 2019 when an outbreak of pneumonia was unidentified, emerged in Wuhan, China. If the word emerge is a bit tough for you, you could just use happened in Wuhan, China. So we have written our case study, we have written where can this topic be found. And as you see, we're writing very excitingly. Sometimes the title just slips off our mind. So if you do that, you basically get half the marks of the essay. So at the very end, never ever forget to include the title of the essay, which is the $1 million question is, meaning the most important question is, the $1 million question is, okay, let's use the hyphen one more time to emphasize the title of the essay. So the $1 million question is, how do we achieve a world where nobody gets sick with the pandemic of COVID-19? All right, so basically this is our first paragraph. It's not really long, it's not really short. I would say that it is definitely straight right into the point. So I've made a highlight which will be easier for you guys to refer. So this is our A+ factual introduction, and I'm going to explain a little bit much more in detail. So as you can see, there are a lot of colors. I hope you like colors. I think colors can really spark up your studying journey, especially in English. So the first one, how is this an A+ factual introduction? First of all, I've used a quote. Secondly, there's the punctuation, there's the hyphen there. So the red color words, I would say they are considered quotes or convincing nouns. Huanan Seafood Market, how many people know this place? Wuhan, okay, maybe most of you know, but you can actually apply it in your essay. And China, it is a country, your facts are correct. The red color meaning the quotes and also the facts of the topic of this essay. And as you've correctly guessed, yes, we do need good vocabularies, but you don't have to use extremely bombastic vocabularies to catch the eye, catch the attention of your teacher. Because if your teacher doesn't even know what is the meaning of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, there's no point in using bombastic vocabularies. So we just use a few ones. In the public eye, origin, well fixed, world famous, outbreak, pneumonia, emerge, the $1 million question remains. These are considered professional vocabularies. So in just first paragraph, in just one paragraph in the introduction, when your teacher look and read or mark your essay, he or she could really feel that, oh, this student, he or she has used factual vocabularies, which is the yellow words. They have used a quote by Benjamin Franklin, and you even know who said this quote. You have used good punctuation. You have used the hyphen to emphasize things. You have used convincing nouns like COVID-19 and stuff and Wuhan and Huanan Seafood Market. The only thing that we did not use was powerful connectors, meaning to connect your essay. But if you're writing your second, third, fourth paragraph, we will be using a lot of powerful connectors. But for the first paragraph, for this essay, we don't really need it yet. So we will be using the connectors on the second, third, fourth, and fifth paragraph. So I would say as a conclusion, guys, if you really want to upgrade your factual writing, how can you write a good introduction? Always, always include a quote. If quotes are too hard, you could include an idiom. How do you use a quote effectively? Once you have written the quote, you have to put in who said this quote. Maybe Bill Gates said it. Maybe Steve Jobs said it. Who said it? You have to memorize the person who has said it. Of course, preferably the person is someone famous, historical. Albert Einstein would be fine as well. So yeah, this is how you write a perfect SPM A+ factual introduction. Of course, this will take certain amount of practices. Maybe after 5 essays, 10 essays, writing different variations of essay, you would be much more familiarized. So if you have any questions and if you would like to know how to write even more better essays, maybe how to write an ending, how to brainstorm the body paragraph in the middle, feel free to let me know in the comments. You could leave me a reply in WhatsApp, comment, find me on Instagram, and remember to subscribe to this channel. I hope this short video clip has helped you tremendously, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Thank you for listening, and I hope this video has been helpful.